Greetings and welcome everyone to Ducktales Remastered. Now, before we get started, I just want to quickly say that this game is really weird to try and record. It doesn't pick up DX Story, so I've had to put it in windowed mode, resize it manually, and then use a different recording device. So if it looks a bit weirder than usual, or if there's like some sort of visual glitches, that's why. It's basically because I've been dicking around with it, trying to get it to record. If you do see any visual glitches and I don't point them out to you, it's most likely just an artifact of the recording and not at all a problem of the game. So with that being said, let's get started with my first impressions of Ducktales Remastered. Now, I never played the original Ducktales game on the NES, never had an NES, so I can't exactly compare it to that, but I can tell you how it is to, you know, someone with a fresh mind. So there's no nostalgia goggles here. I'm not going to completely fall in love with this game because, you know, oh, it was like my whole childhood and stuff like that. No, I didn't even really watch the show. You know, the Ducks shows like Darkwing Duck and Donald Duck and DuckTales, like, yep, never watched any of those. So I don't even have any nostalgia for ducks. You know, I think ducks are pretty lame, to be honest. So completely, no nostalgia for ducks at all. And with that being said, how does this game control? Well, to be honest, it controls fairly well. You are Scrooge McDuck, this really big jerk who's all about the money, although sometimes he's really well liked, so I don't know if he's supposed to be mean or if he's supposed to be a lovable idiot or something like that, but whatever. So you control Scrooge McDuck, and you basically move around using the arrow keys and pressing space to jump, and Z to activate this pogo, which is really quite unique. So now, the pogo is how you'll attack most of your enemies, but I don't think I can attack this ghost, so let's just avoid that guy. But basically, you just want to, you just want to jump, press Z, and then you will use your pogo, and this can be used to interact with the environment in interesting ways, like by jumping on treasure chests. You open them, and then that will give you money. You can see the amount of money you have in the top right corner of the screen. I have $200 and $400 billion, or something like that. And so if your main goal is really to get a lot of money, so because you're a rich man, and what better way to get rich than get richer? That's what I say anyway. And so that's our main goal. Well, not our main goal. Our main goal is to find this actual real treasure, but this other treasure that we're getting on the way towards the actual treasure is just a nice side goal. I'll talk more about that later on, but for now, let's talk about how the control scheme works on a keyboard. Now, I've played this game a little bit on the Nintendo Wii-U, and it controls pretty well on that, and so I thought maybe, oh, well, since it controls so well on here, and, you know, it's a Nintendo platform, they probably maybe just made it control the best on that because, you know, it's where it originally came from, and they'll be like prioritizing that over the other versions. But on a keyboard, it actually controls really well. And the port, aside from like the trying to get it to record stuff, but that's not really a port problem anyway, whatever, is actually really good. So there's quite a few graphical options. I don't think I can actually show you while I'm in here. There's a few of them, but it's not really in-depth. There is anti-aliasing, and there is a screen resolution option, and you can also play in windowed mode. So that is all a plus to me, which is great, because if I couldn't play in windowed mode, then I wouldn't be able to actually record this at all, and you wouldn't be seeing this at all. This would be like a whole nother timeline, or something like that. Anyway, so the graphical options are pretty nice, and the keyboard controls are very well done as well. Now, you can, as I said before, use the left, right, and up, down arrow keys to move about. Up doesn't actually seem to do anything. Actually, no, that's only when you're climbing on stuff, that's right. But yeah, so the controls are very fine. I honestly see no problem with them at all. You won't need to use a gamepad. Oh, whoops, I messed that up. So you won't need to use a gamepad at all. So if you don't own a gamepad and you're like, oh, I want to play this, but it's a platformer, and you know, it's not that often that platformers actually control well on keyboards, then, you know, don't worry, because this game actually controls really well. I haven't felt the need to plug my controller in at all. I've been like, controller schmontroller, mate. That's what I say. Now, I am playing on the easiest difficulty, that's easy, and basically the only differences between that and the hard difficulty is that you have, well, no lives on this difficulty. basically, you can continually die as much as you want, and that's fine. No problem at all, you'll just respawn at the last checkpoint. It's pretty simple, but if you do want to have lives, then you can play on the either normal or the hard difficulty setting, and that will bring lives in. And the main differences, aside from that, is also that health items will drop more often and you take less damage. So you can see right now I have 2.5 hearts. If I was playing on normal, for example, I would have just 2, rather than having 2.5. So that is also a difference that this game has. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you're into like the actually difficult sorts of games, and you're like, oh, I want this game to be super awesome, difficult and stuff like that, then there's a difficulty option for you. And if you don't want it to be difficult like me, then you don't have to play it on a hard difficulty setting. You can just play it pretty easily, or on easy, and you can just, you know, play it, and that's fine. You know, if you have trouble a lot and you don't like want your progress to be reset or something like that, then play on easy. There's no need to like complain about it being too difficult, because, well, it has the difficulty options for you. You can't change the difficulty mid-game or anything like that, so if you do, so after playing like the first level or so, no, the first 2 levels, if you're like, this is too hard or this is too easy for me, then you'll have to restart the game in order to change your difficulty setting. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you're like, this is too easy, then you will have to start the game all over again. But the first few levels are like 20 minutes or something like that. So while it is an annoyance, it isn't that big of an annoyance. But yeah, it would be nice to have the option to, whoops, wow, he totally just like threw himself into that. Wow, I messed up. Yeah, so if there's one thing I would say, it would be that you can change your difficulty setting on the fly. That would be nice, just to get rid of that problem. Like, it isn't a massive deal, but it is just one of those small conveniences that would be nice. With that being said, there isn't really too much to complain about here. I really do like this game. It's a really good platformer, and I probably will complete it. It's like one of the few games that I'll be finishing this year, probably. So, like, I can really recommend this game. It's, I believe, $15 on Steam, and I believe $20 on Wii U, and I don't know the prices for anything else. That's just what I've had to pay. But I am also Australian, so that might have to factor into it. So do remember that, and so regional prices are in effect and all that. So graphically, this game is really beautiful. For the main characters, and for, well, I suppose for the actual characters rather, they use this very cartoony look that sort of resembles the show Ducktales. There's no sprites here or anything like the original game. They've just decided to go for a straight up, this is going to look like the show look, except for the background, which is very, well, I suppose, I don't know, I don't want to call it realistic, but it's more realistic than like the rest of the world. Oh god, these fucking things are giving me hell. Alright, there we go. Ah, did I hit him? I think I hit him. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I think one more hit and he should be good to go. No, come on, quickly. Yes! Whew, that was close. See, even on easy, it's still a bit of a challenge. Anyway, so yeah, so the backgrounds they look more realistic than the cartoon characters, and that's actually an artistic choice that they've done, so that your eyes are drawn to the characters on the screen. So you see how they're all like cartoony and stuff, and they pop out because of that. There's no sort of muddy graphics or anything like that, which is nice, because, you know, some games have a problem where you can't really make out what the hell's going on, and they when they update the visuals, they mean that they make everything brown and everything looks brown. Well, that's not a problem here, so you don't have to worry about everything being brown. So even if stuff is like in a dark section like here, like it's a stormy night right now, but we can still see stuff just fine because they've used their art to their advantage. So it's not only a nice visual style, it is also great for gameplay. So that is something that's very nice and very well done. I do quite like that. The voice acting is... Wow, I messed up. Oh dear. Anyway, the voice acting is pretty good. I do believe they got all of the remaining living actors from the show Ducktales. So if you like the Ducktales show and you wanted the voice actors from there, and well, they got pretty much all of them except for the ones who have unfortunately passed away. So that is a plus. Getting the voice actors. Anyway, no, I'm sure you know what I mean. Anyway, So with that being said, so the cutscenes and all that, they are voice acted. They don't have lip syncing, oddly enough, but they are voice acted. So that is pretty cool. So now let's just quickly destroy this, and now we can show. Ow! Whoa! What the hell is that? What? Mrs. Beakley? What is she doing here? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So they've got a bunch of a diet of 2 ice cream cones that are massive, like nearly as big as him, and a cake. My goodness, that is like, oh my god, that's like, what is that, like 7,000 calories or something like that? Ridiculous, man, ridiculous. Alright, oh, that looks very nice. Oh, hey, look at that. So this game, why can't I open that? That's odd. So this game does have a few secrets as well. So if you're into secrets, this game has quite a few of them. So in certain areas, there'll actually be little sections which are cut off by the screen, but you can like pogo jump up there, and that's really clever, and I like that. Alright, so it looks like all of these guys have, ow! What? How am I supposed to get the treasure? Alright, let's see. Can I, nope. Can't pogo. Don't know what they want me to do. Oh well. Maybe, ow! Nice. Let's see, can I pogo, can I hit this bit? Oh, okay, so I had to hit that, right, that makes more sense, okay. So here's a little thing, by holding left against like a person or an object and then pressing Z, you can whack them with your cane, which is very nice. So it'll attack them, and then it'll send it flying, so if you want to send something flying or just hit something, then you can do that. It's not too good against enemies though, that is for sure. You can't really actually attack them with your cane like that. You can use like their bombs and stuff like that against them, but you can't actually use it to attack them, so do keep that in mind. Ah, damn it, I missed that. Actually, hold on, I think I could maybe throw this bomb up there? No. Okay, it looks like I've got to throw this thing up there. Oh, nice! Alright, there we go, sweet! All that cake is mine. Very nice. Oh, hello. Why is that chair an exclamation mark? That's an odd thing for a chair to be. Oh well. Anyway, yes, so your only main form of attack is to jump on them, that's it. You can't really attack them with your cane swing, so if you're trying to attack them with your cane swing, then good luck, because, well, you'll need it, because you'll just be dying. The graphical style and the animations are absolutely gorgeous. As you've probably seen them, like, they're very well animated, and they look a lot like a cartoon, and they're very expressive, which is very nice, and I quite like that a lot. I'm a big fan of the whole cartoony art style. I much prefer it over very dark and gritty, realistic sorts of art styles, so I really do quite like it a lot. Did I just get sent back to the start? My god, we're in a Metroidvania apparently. Alright, let's go back up. Where did I come from? Here? Did I come this way? No, okay, wow, that's confusing. Alright, let's get back. This thing's gonna come back alive. That is creepy, a duck skeleton coming back to life. That is so weird. This game is creepy. Anyway, yeah, so what have I talked about? Okay, so the music is brilliant. Now, the original NES version of this game was absolutely, mostly well known for its absolutely gorgeous and fantastic and brilliant music, and I can say that they've actually done a really good job of keeping the original soundtrack intact. Now, I haven't actually, like I said earlier on in the video, I haven't played the original NES version, but I have listened to the soundtrack on like YouTube and stuff like that, and oh my god, it is fantastic, and in this game it's fantastic, and I just think it's amazing. So that is very nice that they've managed to, but they've managed to keep it intact without just keeping it like in the classic sense. Like, it's not 8-bit music or anything like that. It has been given like an upgrade in terms of like modern instruments and all that. So it is new, and it has been, well, essentially remastered. So that's very nice. Oh god, I died again. Anyway, let's get out of here. Oh, vibration is an on and off option, which oh my god, I love that. I absolutely despise vibration in games. So any game that gives me the option to turn vibration off, instantly turning it off. So that's good. Now, I want to quickly show you this real quick. Alright. So, you know how I was talking about, like, you want to collect money because that's really important? Well, check this out, boy. Oh! You get to swim in a pile of money. Oh my god, this is absolutely fantastic. Like, this doesn't really do that much, but oh my god, I just love the fact that you can do it. Oh, it's like the opening from the intro of the show. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, let's exit the game. There we go, let's go back to the main menu, and... Alright, there we go. Disney DuckTales Remastered. Very nice. Alright, let's go to options. And so what we've got here is we've got resolution, which you can change, which is very nice. It only changes, though, on a reset, so it doesn't change during the game, which is a bit of a shame. You've got different languages, which is always very nice. No volume sliders that I can tell of. You've got brightness, which is always nice, but nothing like that. You've got anti-aliasing on or off, and you've also got the hard pogo. I like to keep the hard pogo off because I'm not hardcore enough. Anyway, it also does have a few extras. You got leaderboard and stuff like that. For some reason, it has the Xbox buttons, but I don't have my Xbox controller plugged in, so that is a problem that I would like fixed if they can, because I don't know why those Xbox buttons are there, because I don't even have an Xbox controller plugged in at all. So that's pretty odd. Like, sometimes they'll tell you that, oh, you can use Z to press this and stuff like that, and that makes sense. Like, okay, I'm using a keyboard, understandable. But then they'll go ahead and say, like, use A. It's like, wait, what? Hold on, what? Like, here, see, hard pogo, press X or B. Ah, what the fuck is X and what the fuck is B? Nothing, that's what. Anyway, so you can rebind your keys as well, which is very nice. I do believe they've got, like, you can use, like, page down and stuff like that, so that is just absolutely brilliant. It's very nice to see that they allowed you to remount pretty much the whole keyboard. Can you do like the F buttons? No, you can't do the F button. Oh god. Let's not make that enter. There we go. So you can do pretty much the whole keyboard. Like, you can do the numpad, you can use page down or page up. You can use the arrow keys, of course, because those are actually what it is by default. And so that's very nice. You can't rebind any of the keys using the mouse though, which is odd though, since if we use the mouse, it's mouse supported, which is really cool that they will allow you to do that in the menus, but then they don't allow you to use that in the game, which is a bit odd, I suppose. But because like I'm like one of the few people who actually like would rather just use like WASD to move and like left click and right click to jump and do all that sort of stuff. Like, that's my preferred method of playing a platformer. But whatever, I'm like two people who actually prefer that style, so I'm not in the majority. But yeah, I would like to maybe bind keys onto my mouse as well as my keyboard, which would just be lovely. So that's really it, I think. I can't think of anything else, so thank you for sticking around, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of DuckTales Remastered. And on that note, GG.